She said, "I'm not coming to your dad's funeral. I already have plans with my friends." I remember the exact tone. Careless, almost bored. I just nodded and said, "I understand." Then I hung up, blocked her number, and didn't speak to her for 3 weeks. That was the last time she underestimated me. We met 5 years ago at a bookstore. She was the kind who read half a page and bought the book for the aesthetic. I knew it even then, but I fell anyway, hard and stupidly. She had that kind of laugh that filled a room and left everyone orbiting around her. I didn't realize I was one of many planets she kept spinning just to feel powerful. Back then she said things like, "You're the calm one, the one I can always count on." She wasn't wrong. I was calm. Too calm. Calm enough to remember every word when the time came to make her pay for them. The first sign was subtle. Her phone started staying face down at dinner. She'd laugh at messages and say, "It's just the group chat." Then came the late nights with friends. The change in her perfume. The way she suddenly took longer to get ready just to run errands. I didn't confront her. That's not my style. Instead, I observed. Every habit, every pattern, every lie. I learned more in silence than I ever did through conversation. Then, one night, I found it. The proof. A photo. Her, in his car. The same man who'd shaken my hand at our housewarming party. My stomach didn't drop. My hands didn't shake. I just stared at the image and said quietly to myself, "Thank you for confirming what I already knew." I didn't leave that night. I didn't rage, break things, or scream. That's what she expected. Instead, I smiled at her the next morning, made coffee, and kissed her on the forehead before work. She looked at me, confused. That was my first victory. The confusion. It meant she couldn't read me anymore. That's when I started planning. I moved the savings into a new account, one she didn't know about. Quietly shifted the house title from joint ownership to mine alone, thanks to the clause I'd slipped in when we refinanced. I backed up every text, every message, every lie she'd ever sent. Then I waited. The funeral gave me the perfect stage. My father's death wasn't part of the plan, but it offered something poetic, a test of loyalty. And she failed spectacularly. When she said she had plans with friends, I didn't argue. I just said, "I understand." What I meant was, "I finally understand who you are." Those 3 weeks of silence weren't punishment. They were recalibration. I deleted her from my world piece by piece, blocked her everywhere, removed her from every document, every plan, every trace of my life. She didn't even notice at first. That's how self-absorbed she was. Then she showed up at my door one evening, mascara running, eyes red, shaking. "I can't believe you ghosted me during a hard time," she sobbed. I opened the door halfway, let the silence stretch. "A hard time?" I asked softly. "Yes, I was grieving too. Grieving?" I tilted my head. "You had plans with friends, remember?" Her mouth opened, but no words came, just a faint tremor. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I simply stepped aside and let her see the house. Empty. The walls stripped of photos. Her belongings packed neatly in boxes by the door. "I thought we could talk," she said weakly. "We did," I replied. "You just didn't listen the last time." She stepped closer, tears falling harder now. "You can't just erase me." I already did. The way her face crumbled was almost cinematic. The same expression she must have given the man when he stopped answering her messages. Yes, I knew about that too. He'd ghosted her weeks ago. Poetic symmetry. I handed her an envelope, the final touch. Inside was the signed dissolution agreement. No fight, no drama, just a clean, quiet erasure of everything we were. She looked at me, stunned. "You already filed?" "I understand," I said again, using the same tone I used the day she skipped my father's funeral. When she left, she didn't slam the door. She just whispered, "You're cruel." Maybe, but cruelty wasn't the goal. Clarity was. She needed to know what it felt like to be dismissed, not in anger, but in indifference. Because indifference, I've learned, cuts deeper than hate. 3 months later, she texted from a new number. "I miss you. Can we talk?" I didn't reply. I didn't even open it. I just watched the preview fade from the screen and thought, "You're still trying to make noise in a room I've already emptied." Now, sometimes, I drive past the cafe where we first met. She's not there, of course. But every time I pass it, I think about how she laughed that first day. Loud, careless, full of life. And how quiet she was when I finally said goodbye. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "I understand."